sacrifice those ego things. Like, is it going to be too much ego for you and overtake, some other feelings if you do that? I mean, you have to be aware of that happening beforehand, or even if it starts to happen, you have to be smart enough to realize it too. You have to be like, you know why I'm being an asshole? Because I really didn't want to stop talking to my friend, and I did it for you, and I just feel bad, and I feel fucking stupid, and I don't want you to think I'm going to cheat on you, and I don't want that person to be mad at me because, like, it's not like that. Like, you have to, like, reassure and think, like, look at all the stuff in our life. We have all the things. I'm not going anywhere I love. Like, it's a constant sort of, like, evolving of that.
So if we were to ask an honest question though, let's say, what do you think on as far as, I don't know, if we were to take a poll of all the guys in the world or all the girls in the world, who out of both sexes do you think have more people that are their friends that they could fuck if they chose to at any time? Would you say as a whole, guys or girls?
I would definitely say females, because there's way more volume. A guy's not going around, with just girls just messaging the shit out of him, like, hey, look, what's up? Let me show you my titties. You want to see my pussy? Like, they're not constantly doing that to men. And men it doesn't matter what women look like, they will do it to any of them, any disabilities, anything. Men will just go after whatever, and they'll just do whatever it takes to get that kind of, even close to a person like that, to be friends with them, even if they don't really believe in it or feel that way. They'll be like, okay, I can do this friend thing. Like, they'll pretend for years.
Especially Indian guys in chat rooms. Hey, baby, show tit. Show pussy. Hey, baby.
They say show bobs and vagine.
Show bobs. Show me bobs and vagin. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, I was full-blown Indian
for like 2 years of my life.
Yeah. No, I think it's funny because I had a situation where I don't think women experience this, but guys do. Because I was talking to my girlfriend about it, and I said, have you ever had something like this happen? And she was like, no. So, okay, Facebook, for anybody who maybe hasn't experienced this situation, if you are a guy and you have a Facebook account, you have gotten random friend requests or random, sometimes people just somebody going through and liking all your posts and stuff, and then, like, you look who it is, because it's not somebody who you're friends with, or you get this weird friend request from, when you click on it, it's like some exotic looking supermodel type deal. Right. And then you check the like, who the fuck is this? So you look and you see like mutual friends, and you don't have any mutual friends. But the funny thing is that guys get this because this is obviously a man in like Nigeria or something who's trying to catfish you and get money out of you and things like that, because men are gullible like that. But I was talking to my girlfriend. I was like, do girls ever get like anything like that? Like, where there's a guy and same type of thing, guys seem to be so thirsty all the time. There's so many guys out there who are so thirsty for any drip of pussy they could possibly get that, like, they're willing to be that gullible.
Right. It's a business. Easy to take advantage of.
But it reminds me too of one time. It was funny though. One time, one of those people I fucked with for the longest time, like, they were trying to get me to. I knew it was a fake account and stuff, but I was bored. So they were wanting me to, like, send me money for send a iTunes card. Buy me an iTunes card digitally so that I can do this, blah 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 blah, and I will come see you, baby, and all this stuff. And I was like, oh, where are you? I was like, baby, I got a ticket. I got a ticket. I'm actually gonna be there tomorrow. Like, Like, I'm on the plane. I'm at the fucking airport and all this stuff. I'm heading to come see you. Like, and then that person stopped talking to me. But I tell you what, hey, we got a phone call. We got a phone call. Caller coming in from a 909 area code. I don't think I recognize that. So, thanks for calling in. You are on the Dapper Baboon Show, and I clicked it. And introduce yourself. How's it going?
Hello. I'm calling from Southern California, and my name is Suzanne.
Hi, Suzanne.
Hello. I was listening to you talking about, the whole women and guy friend thing, and where the woman may be in a relationship, and the whole mature thing that should be able to deal with it. Well, I think it's possible, but I also think that you may be, inviting problems into your relationship. When you do that, you can have a mature relationship as far as more personal relationship with your significant other, and then have a friendship relationship. But once that friendship has crossed a line as far as wanting to take it to a different level, the other party, that is, I'm glad that you talked about the boundaries that you and your friend have together, and that's good to set those boundaries. But it can also, if, let's say, the female, because females are emotional. I know this. We're built differently than guys. And so if I have a tiff with my friend that's a male, it's going to show when I get home. I'm going to be upset. I'm going to be pissed because it's my friend that I care about, and somehow they ticked me off that day. So then my husband or my significant other is going to want to know what's up. Well, I don't really want to get him involved because he cares about me and he wants to know why I'm upset. And, the men, it's their nature to be chivalrous and rescue the damsel in distress. And so, somebody hurts her or upsets her, he's going to want to go kick their ass. So, so she doesn't want to, get anything involved there. So now he feels shut out, and now you feel bad because of what you did to him by shutting him out. You don't want to shut him out, but you don't want to involve him. You see what I'm saying as far as inviting problems, unnecessary problems? Not that that would happen often, but it sets up, a situation like that, I think. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, and Suzanne, though, wouldn't that be kind of lying by omission? So, like, if your significant other, I can't remember whether you said he was your husband or not, but say you had something that happened with a friend who was of the opposite sex, and you guys got into an argument and whatever. So if you didn't tell him because you feel like, well, he would get upset because this, that, or whatever, is it quite possible that maybe you would be withholding that information for other reasons, as opposed to just being open and honest in that situation? What would the dynamics be that you would feel like you wouldn't be able to say that?
Again, it would be, involving my husband in something that he really isn't a part of as far as a discussion that I had with my friend. But I know what you're saying, and yes, she should be able to tell her husband or significant other, whatever, about the tiff. But if she thinks that she's protecting that person because he cares so much about her, then she would avoid telling him. So she would just say, oh, nothing, never mind, whatever, it's fine, I'm good.
Well, see, here's the thing now. Now, my take on it here is sort of now kind of understanding that fully. So, yes, there is some sort of weird reason that, I guess, but that's still like a perspective of it. It's a weird reason because, the husband is insecure, not insecure, but in a way where, like, he's not able to process that logically. He's like, okay, well, I mean, if you're able to tell that to him and it's truthful, like the real big thing is just like honesty. And it would matter what the fight was about and why and what the thing. I mean, if it was about a TV show or a thing, or if it was about not calling him or like something weird. So the husband would have to be able to be like, listen, I heard the story. I understand like that he made you upset. Here's how I feel. I feel like being your protector and being chivalrous and being like, oh, fuck that dude. And, I want to protect you and take care of you. And I want you to not have these sort of attachments to somebody else because it makes me feel like, a little weird about it. And then she has to also be smart enough to take that as like, okay, he's being for real right now. And, when you're talking and you're telling somebody that, you guys both have to be on that same, and I don't think it's like easy to make it to that place with a person unless both of you are like really care about doing that. Like regardless, the fight shouldn't mean something anyway. She'd be like, yeah, the fight, and then you guys talk about that situation, and there's not like a lingering resentment or a thing that is created because of it. You should be able to like talk about it, be like, okay, and then that just be like a story or part of your guys' day as opposed to the reason of the day being miserable or causing a problem at all. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I hear what you're saying, and I agree totally. It depends on what the fight is about, but I don't know. Men are just very protective in that sense as far as the whole, she's my gal, and if somebody's messing with her, I need to go do something about it. And with that in mind, not necessarily go kick somebody's ass or make a big deal out of something, but burning within their, their soul, stomach, it's bubbling. Because what if there is a situation, again, where the other may demand her time, not in a sense of I demand that you be here, but basically they had plans, and now the significant other comes up with plans, and she says, well, I already made plans with Joey or Jim or whoever. So now the husband's going to feel like, well, wait a minute, but I'm your husband. You need to break those plans.
Yeah.
Now, if it was a girlfriend, the husband would be more understanding, no doubt, because it's a girlfriend. But because it's a dude, he may not be as understing, or he may be understanding. It just depends, I guess.
Well, can you guys all hang out together? That would be the thing, too. Like, is there a reason why there has to be a separation? Like, well, hey, do you want to come with Joey and I tonight? And we're just going to go fucking kick. I mean, I would love for you to be there. Joey thinks it's cool, too. Like, I guess you wouldn't want to. It's just a slippery slope. You just have to be mature enough. If you have complete trust in your girl, like, she's not going to fuck this Joey, dude. Her and I love each other. We're fine. Go ahead. Go have fun. And then, do whatever you do. Now, it's up to you. If you can hang out with Joey and it's not an inappropriate relationship and you guys are legitimately, authentically friends and you're hanging out at a bar, you're doing something, or going out to eat just to talk about, your careers and life and things that you've done and just crack jokes all night and then come home to your husband and, love him and give him all the reassurance that he needs, even if he, it's just, you just have to be mature enough, and it's hard for everybody to, especially when there's multiple minds and personalities and hearts involved. It takes a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I don't think it would have so much of a problem if, like, Joey was, like, 5'6" and 300 pounds,
Right.
Hey, what's wrong with being 5'6" and 300 pounds?
Hey, that's what Bo is.
Well, if the guy looked like anybody from GQ, I'm sure he would have a problem, even though it was try as he might to understand. He still can't help it. He's a man. That's just the way men are, I think.
No, I mean, that's true.
It is she's emotional. She's just like, why can't you understand?
I thought you were going to go somewhere else with that, actually. So I'm glad you said what you said. But what I thought you were going to say, what I thought was going to be interesting is when you were saying, if you get into like a tiff, I think you said tiff. If you get into a tiff, I thought, so I thought what you were going to say is that if you get into an argument with your significant other, and it may be a particularly bad argument or something like that, that you having this platonic friendship with somebody else who may be, because you know when somebody that you're friends with would fuck you or not, So having that, when you have that argument or you have something it doesn't even necessarily have to be an argument. You know, it could be you were drunk and the other person rubbed you the wrong way or something like that.